today what we're trying to do is we're going to have a different format of doing this webinar. We'll start with some questions that had already come to us, and then Rahul will start with his technical analysis.
So, as the question was, how do we identify swing trading opportunities in the market? So, the swing trading as a concept is extremely lucrative because a lot of it is involves day trading and trading for the very short-term time frame. And one of the best methods to capture swing trades is Bollinger Bands. तो जो लोग टेक्निकल एनालिसिस यूज करते हैं ट्रेडिंग व्यू में, आप Bollinger Bands को प्लॉट करके यू कैन वर्क आउट विद दी सपोर्ट एंड रेजिस्टेंस लेवल्स एंड प्राइस का जो द बेसिक belief that we have is when we do swing trading is prices are mean reverting, and over a period of time they always swing back towards their mean and probably go to the other extreme as well. So Bollinger Bands is something that has helped me a lot when it comes to identifying swing trading trades. Apart from that, broadly, the key support levels and resistance levels that are there for the week, or essentially the 5-day supports and resistances, आप इनको मूविंग एवरेजेस के हेल्प से ले सकते हैं, या फिर प्राइस जो बिहेवियर है उसमें जो पिछले 5 दिन का लो या हाई है उसके हिसाब से आप इन लेवल्स के हिसाब से ट्रेड कर सकते हैं. So I just give an example. Let's say 100 rupee stock, the 5-day low is 95 and the 5-day high is, let's say, 102. So if it comes close to 95, that is a good opportunity to do a swing trade and buy around 95 with a very tight stop loss of 1 rupee, let's say 94 rupees, and wait for the stock to come back to 97, 98 on the upside. Whereas on the higher side, if it goes to close to 102, have a very tight stop loss placed at 103 and short with that stop loss for an immediate target of 98, 97 on the downside. So this is how swing trading opportunities are there. They can be plotted on hourly charts, on daily charts. On hourly, the frequency is higher, and you can get a number of opportunities in index, in Sensex or Nifty, or even in stocks as well. Yeah, so today's the objective of this webinar was to discuss the market outlook, and that same question is in front of us. For the next 3 months, where do we see the markets? So one is the quality of the recovery has been very good in the last few trading sessions. जैसे ceasefire announce हुआ उसके बाद में the way things have played out, the quality of the recovery has been very good. But it's not essentially safe to say that we are completely out of the woods. So the reason why I say that is markets will be keenly observing the Q4 numbers which have started coming in. Markets, the economy will see an impact of what has happened to commodity prices in the last 1.5 months. So that impact will also be playing out somewhere or the other in the economy, especially when domestic shortages have also been there for LPG and things like that. So it will be a tricky territory for sure. Right now it's a sharp bounce back. The current bounce back may take us close to around 24,800 odd, even 25,000 in global markets are supportive, even that is possible. And once that happens, I think then we'll be staring at a possibility of the markets filling the gap, especially the ceasefire day gap that is there on the charts. That could be in contention to be filled, which is around 23,200 odd is where the gap gets filled. So as of now, the bounce back is very strong. The recovery is broad based. We are seeing broader market doing very well. So it's better to be a trader in this kind of a market, and if for the next 3 months, that is, and if somebody had a broader view for, like, let's say more than a year, so I think from that perspective the outlook remains positive. From a 1 year plus perspective, earlier we had targets of 28,500 for the Nifty. This was before the war began. Now with the added uncertainty that the war has brought in, and the commodity prices which have been all over the place, So the target also gets revised on the downside. So somewhere around 26,500 is where we see the index heading to over the end of this year. And once the commodity prices soften, and overall this year the monsoon numbers are also expected to be lower than the averages. The El Nino effect may come into play. So from a domestic perspective, it may not be that kind of an monsoon season for us. So it still is a trading market. Unless and until we see a big move on the earnings side, and unless and until we see FIs covering their shorts in a very big way, we feel that the current the current market, which is broadly volatile, should continue the way it is, with ample opportunities to trade on both sides, given the kind of nature of effect that Trump's tweets have overnight. So that's the broad view for the market. And in case we do see a significant dip close to around the ceasefire, the level where the gap gets filled. The gap gets filled around 23,200 odd. In case that happens, that could be a good buying opportunity if the dip happens. Yeah, so IT stocks, I think the pain should persist. We may see relief rallies time and again. The results markets, they're not entirely happy with the results for TCS. They were kind of subdued reaction to the results. And technically, this is one of those sectors which has been the weakest. Even before the broader market went into nosedive mode, we were seeing corrections happening in the IT space. So IT will take time. I think it's best to stay out of it. But as far as HDFC Bank is concerned, a relatively much better setup. I'm more optimistic in banks than in IT at this point in time. We may head towards 845 as an immediate target for HDFC Bank, and towards 900 plus in the coming 1 month or so. So this is provided the geopolitical scenario doesn't bring in a new surprise. If it continues the way it is, we feel that banks are on track for a recovery. Also, results would be cleanly watched for HDFC Bank. But as far as the technical setup is concerned, things are looking not as bad as what it was looking probably a couple of weeks back. Yeah, so the best thing to do, see, अगर इतनी पूरा market ही आपका broad तेजी में होता तो ठीक है IT भी चल जाता, but the entire market is just catching up with what happened 1.5 months back. It's more of a bounce back in nature, and in such a scenario, the weaker sectors are the ones which look very attractive, very lucrative from a price perspective, but then these could be typical traps, bullish traps as we all call them. So my sense is IT index from a trading perspective, the bounce back has already happened. The next leg of bounce back may begin above 31,800. Right now the index is around 31,500, so maybe other 300 points and above. Another technical bounce back can come in, and the next resistance that is visible on the chart is at 33,800. So from 31,800 to 33,800 is where we see the next leg of the bounce back if it happens. But like I said, the rest of the results are not as exciting as the markets are pricing them in. We may see cuts in this case. So the view is cautious. The view is not optimistic. But then because the markets were so oversold, it's a bit of a bounce back. Has already happened. It may get extended over the next couple of weeks in case the results are supported. Yeah, so PSU banks look very good to me. So the PSU bank index, whether it is the banking names, individual names as well, right from the big boys like State Bank of India, or Canara Bank or Bank of Baroda, or even if these smaller names, I think PSU banks in general are looking good to me. Although today was a pause day for the PSU bank index, but overall we feel that the sector outlook remains positive. It was the best performing sector for last calendar year. and is still not given up the broader structure in spite of this correction. So the PSU Bank Index, as of now, it did witness some profit booking in today's session, but in case there is a dip around 8,500 odd for the banking PSU Bank Index, which is around 300 points lower from here. So buy on dip is the strategy for PSU banks, and we may eventually see these head towards their recent high that was there in the month of February. So view continues to remain positive in PSU banks. As far as private banks are concerned, there a bit of choppiness may continue. It's not like the entire sector is looking good, but stock specific action may be paramount in the private banking space. Yeah, so that's a good one. So if we see gold and silver in dollar terms, I'll take one by one. So if we see gold, for example, gold looks good to me. In fact, in the last few days, the prices consolidated around that $4,800 mark, and now it's sort of preparing for the next leg of the rally, which may extend up to 5,200. So from a dollar perspective, about 8 to 10% upside is possible in gold. From a rupee perspective, if you look at the way, so from a domestic perspective, a lot will depend on how the rupee USD INR pair behaves in current situation. So if you look at the USD INR setup in the current scheme of things, we've seen pullbacks happening in this currency pair. We saw one of the sharpest rallies in the week that happened recently, and if for example the current setup continues to be favoring rupee, we may see a subdued move in the gold prices as far as domestic is concerned. But overall, USD INR pair, if you zoom out and see how it has done over the last 6 months or so, dollar has continuously strengthened, and in case if it revisits the 95 odd mark, we may see further upside in the B's part as well. So gold B's, if we particularly track, so gold B's has headroom up to 139, 140 on the upside, which is where the intermediate top for the setup was, and the all-time high was approximately 148. So that could also be in the range in case 140 gets taken out. So the view remains positive for 140 for gold B's. As far as silver is concerned, this is even more high beta. And today, I think in the morning it was up around 6-7% after the gap up that we saw. Overall, the silver in dollar terms continues to look impressive, and even in gold B's terms, the first target is coming around 270 odd. It has closed around 225 as of today, and the bigger target, around 350 odd, is something that probably time will tell. But as of now, 260 to 270 is a possibility for silver B's. Now, for both of the B's or ETF, in case you take actionable ideas on these trades, have a stop loss of at least 8 to 10% from current prices before you take a trade, and post that, risk management is advised, as precious metals can be volatile. तो बॉटम की एक खास बात है कि जब वो बनता है तब पता नहीं चलता है, ऑलवेज इन हाइंडसाइट हमें लगता है कि बॉटम बन गया ना। अगर हम करंट सिचुएशन को देखें तो इंडिया विक्स के साथ अगर हम पेयरिंग करें और जो हिसाब से मार्केट का फियर इंडिकेटर कम हुआ है, तो एटलीस्ट एक चीज तो क्लियर है कि देयर इज अ हाई पॉसिबिलिटी कि बॉटम बन चुका है 22,180 के आसपास। अब सेकंड क्वेश्चन ये है कि यहाँ से वी शेप रिकवरी होगी कि रिकवरी वुड बी लाइक आफ्टर दिस फर्स्ट लेग ऑफ शार्प अप मूव, एक रिट्रेसमेंट होगा, देन फिर मार्केट वापस ऊपर जाएगा। आई थिंक दैट पाथ इज मोर रियलिस्टिक। वी शेप रिकवरी यही लग रहा है हमें यहाँ पर कि वन साइड आपका 26,000 हो जाएगा। आई डाउट दैट मे हैपन। सो डिप्स अगर आते हैं तो आई थिंक दीज आर गुड अपॉर्चुनिटीज, बट यस, आपका जो सीधा आंसर है कि बहुत हाई पॉसिबिलिटी की बॉटम कंफर्म हो चुका है, खास करके ये जो रिकवरी हमने देखी है पिछले कुछ दिनों में, और खास करके कल के गैप डाउन के बाद, परसों के गैप डाउन के बाद में, माफ कीजिए, आज फिर एक गैप अप देखने को मिला। तो गैप वाले मूव मार्केट बहुत दे रहा है, एंड लाइक जैसे गैप फ्री है, गैप्स आर सूनर देन लेटर गेट फिल्ड। सो बस यही है कि वो कब फिल होगा, इवेंचुअली फिल होगा मुझे लगता है। But as far as the sentiment is concerned, we think that we will hit a bottom. तो मार्केट में आधी बैटल, इनफैक्ट 80% ऑफ द बैटल इज इमोशनल. बाकी सब टेक्निकल चीजें और जो हम करते हैं दैट इज ओनली 20% ऑफ द इक्वेशन. तो अगर आपका मनी मैनेजमेंट और जो आपका मेंटल पोजिशनिंग है वो अगर स्ट्रांग रहता है तो आपका 80% काम ट्रेडिंग में हो जाता है. सो इसको कैसे करें? इट्स नॉट प्रॉब्ली एक वन लाइन का आंसर नहीं है, लेकिन सबसे बेस्ट तरीका इसको करने का ये है कि आप कंडीशन हो जाए ट्रेडिंग का जो एक तरह से माइंडसेट है उसमें आने के लिए. और सबसे इजीएस्ट तरीका वो करने का ये है कि आप जब ट्रेड साइजेस बहुत छोटे लेते हो, सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि आपने एक स्किल मार्केट में मास्टर किया या मास्टर करना है उसको, तो आप उसमें इतने छोटे ट्रेड्स लो कि उसके लॉस से आपको जरा भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. मतलब बहुत छोटा लॉस हो जिसमें गलत जाने पे, और जब सही जाओगे तो प्रॉफिट भी कम होगा. बट आपका जो प्रोसेस ओरिएंटेशन है, प्रोसेस के साथ कंसिस्टेंट रहने का जो प्रैक्टिस है वो इसी तरीके से होगा. तो अगर आप लगातार 3 महीना 6 महीना लगातार अपने प्रोसेस को स्टिक करके चल सकते हो, मनी मैनेजमेंट का प्रोसेस, ट्रेडिंग सेटअप का प्रोसेस, एग्जिट करने का प्रोसेस, और जब आप इसको छोटे प्रॉफिट्स और छोटे लॉसेस में करते हो तो आपका एक तरह से मेंटल कंडीशनिंग स्ट्रांग होते जाता है. और फिर धीरे धीरे ग्रेजुअली आप इसको ऑर्गेनिकली ग्रो करके चल सकते हो. आपकी क्वांटिटी बढ़ सकती है, आपका पीएनएल में जो नंबर्स है वो भी बढ़ेंगे, डिजिट शायद बढ़ जाएंगे. सो दैट इज द बेस्ट वे टू डू इट. सो बहुत समय तक आप इसमें छोटे छोटे पायलट मॉडल्स पे आप टेस्ट करो, छोटे क्वांटिटीज पे काम करो. कंसिस्टेंसी आने के बाद में आप अपने जो ट्रेडिंग साइज है उसको बढ़ा सकते हो. सो ओवर टाइम में ऐसा नहीं है कि टेक्निकल एनालिसिस अलग काम करती है, प्राइसेस अलग काम करते हैं. द ओनली डिफरेंस दैट हैपेंस इन सच जियोपॉलिटिकल सिनेरियोस कि ओवरनाइट कुछ होने पे गैप अप गैप डाउन का रिस्क बढ़ जाता है. सो मेनी टाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज वी वुड गो इनटू द चार्ट वुड से कि ओके दिस इज व्हाट वी हैव टू डू. इट्स अ बेरिश व्यू, लेट्स से बेरिश व्यू बिकॉज़ वॉर चल रहा है. चार्ट इज आल्सो सेइंग बेरिश, सेंटिमेंट इज बेरिश, चार्ट इज बेरिश. बट टुमारो और टुनाइट अगर ट्रम्प आके कुछ ट्वीट डाल देते हैं कि भाई सीज़फायर हो रही है, जस्ट गिव एन एग्जांपल. सो दीज थिंग्स क्रिएट गैप अप्स और गैप डाउन्स जिसको ट्रेड करना डिफिकल्ट होता है. इसी वजह से थोड़ा सा ऐसे पीरियड्स में ट्रेडिंग डिफिकल्ट हो जाती है. बट ऐसे पीरियड्स में आई वुड स्ट्रांगली सजेस्ट कि आप अपना रिस्क मैनेज करके चलो. अगर आप ऑप्शंस कर रहे हो तो स्प्रेड्स करके चलो, हेजिंग करके चलो, ओवरनाइट पोजीशंस को खास करके. और अगर आप वो नहीं करना चाहते तो बेस्ट इट इज बेटर टू बी अ डे ट्रेडर. आप इंट्राडे में अपने पोजीशंस जो भी होता है आप उसको काट कर जाओ, लेकर मत जाओ, बिकॉज ओवरनाइट रिस्क काफी सब्सटेंशियल होता है. एंड ऐसे पीरियड में अगर आपने अपने आप को जिंदा रख लिया तो यू विल बी एबल टू कैपिटलाइज ऑन दैट पोजीशन इन द नेक्स्ट साइकिल दैट कम्स. सो अपने ट्रेडिंग मैनेजमेंट का जो कोर फोकस है वो ये होना चाहिए कि कैपिटल प्रिजर्वेशन. और वंस आपने कैपिटल प्रिजर्वेशन को अपना कोर बनाया और रिस्क मैनेजमेंट को स्ट्रॉन्ग रखा तो लॉट ऑफ बिग हिट्स कैन बी अवॉइडेड इन द मार्केट. एंड जब मार्केट इजी हो जाएगा ट्रेडिंग करने के लिए तब तक आप जिंदा रहोगे मार्केट में पार्टिसिपेट करने. सो अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस व्हिच वी हैड फॉर दिस वेबिनार आर ऑलरेडी sort of discussed, and we've sort of shared the views with you. But some of the interesting chart setups that we have, I'll just show them on this on the screen. I'll start screen sharing 1 sec. Okay, so this is the nifty gap that I was talking about. If you can see, ये हमारा ceasefire के day वाला gap opening है. So gap gets filled somewhere around 23,150 round about. This is where the gap is on the Nifty. And we've seen a very sharp rally in the Nifty of points हो गया आज का मिला के 2100 points on the Nifty, 10% on the Nifty. So very sharp up move in the index has been seen in this last few days, and the next resistance is coming around the 24,700, 24,800 area. So this is the view on the Nifty. I think we'll move on to some of the key setups that we feel are very good in the market, or which are worthy of having a look. So if you look at the Nifty Pharma Index, this is what is happening in Pharma Index. There's a big consolidation which is going on the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart that is there. इसका जो breakout है, this is probably may get attempted over next 1 month or so, and when that happens, it will bring in a lot of bullish opportunities in the pharma space. So pharma is one index which has a very very long consolidation. September 2024 से ये consolidation चल रहा है, and this is expected to sort of bring in a good opportunity. Another one is the PSU Bank Index. So PSU Bank Index is also very much similar. So this was the breakout that happened in September. Then we've seen correction, pullback. Something similar has happened over here. So if you look at the daily charts, yeah, this is where we are right now. So we've just started on the recovery mode. We could very well head on towards these previous highs which were formed not so long ago, pretty soon in the same. So from a immediate perspective, PSU Bank Index looks very good. Another one is metals. Metals is actually breaking out in today's session. One of the strongest setups. The correction was not as deep as the rest of the market, but it is gone to its all-time high as well. So this is another sector which looks very promising. And lastly, CPSE space. This is the strongest space in the market right now. Very much similar to what we saw in the metal space. It has come to its new high, not life high, but then it has come to its 2-year high, and a lot of headroom on the upside as well. So CPSE, CPSE is something that is looking very very promising, and we could see more upside in the same. Now, what is looking too hot? So, for example, the mid cap index is looking too hot at the moment. थोड़ा सा pullback आएगा तो it will be a better thing to get into it. IT index is one where we feel that it faces resistance around 31,800 marks, which I have already discussed. Auto has done extremely well, but again, too sharp a rally. Better to buy on dips. Reality was the best performing index in this bounce back period. Again, this is getting into borderline overbought as well. So these are some of the sectors where the risk reward is not suitable for fresh longs, but there are a lot of them, where we can look at getting into dips or getting into these breakouts as and when they come. So this is where we stand as of now. If you look at the way your FI's positioning has been, they still continue to remain on the short side, although the aggression has come down. So unless and until the index positioning by FIs in index futures does not come down, we may see the choppy nature continue. And net, this is more of a trader's market. We have an open mind to trade on both the sides, and markets will time and again give opportunities to and reward the trader who can do it with discipline and with good timing. So net, this is what we wanted to share in today's webinar. In case some of you are not part of the JM family, we would love to have you on board. Feel free to reach out to us. Any questions or queries that you have beyond this webinar as well. We are continuously giving these actionable ideas to our clients, and some of the ideas that we share on social media are limited ideas. There is a whole gamut of ideas, whether it be baskets, index trades, derivative ideas, option trades, 0-0 trades, like they are called. So a lot of these recommendations are given by the entire team. Once you are on board in the JM family, we'll rather be able to service you in a better way. That is one thing that we do well. And with the markets coming back to the overall sentiment in the market, which definitely has improved over the past couple of weeks. If it continues this way, there is in the rest of this calendar year, there is decent upside to be had in investing as well. So that's it from my side. In case we can probably take just 2 questions from the live chat window, post which we can end the call here. Yeah, so mid-caps, like I told, are getting borderline overbought. Risk rewards is not favorable for fresh longs. It has done extremely well. Generally, these reversal trades are given whenever there is, a big price action that is expected to move. So as of now, no real indications of a reversal, although the trade is not looking good in terms of the risk reward for fresh longs. But in case if we see some data in the derivatives for a bearish move, we will be keen to act on it. So appreciate you noticing our recommendations on Nifty and Sensex, and I hope that you were able to make the most of it as well. So I think it's part of the entire discussion that we've had. I think as of now it has to be the public sector enterprises, metals. Is something that we are liking. PSU banks is another one. So these are the three sectors which we can look to get into for the short term. Not just from a short term, even from a medium term perspective, also things are looking good. One can look to get into it, or rather, do it in a staggered way. If you're an investor, do it in a staggered way. Buy 50% at these levels. Another 50% can come in case Nifty decides to see a pullback of around 1,000 points, around 23,200. One can look to add in that day. Yeah, so Dixon. Yeah, so this is the last one. Respecting everybody's timelines. Dixon Technologies again is given very decisive close today. We had a buy recommendation in this, but apparently Monday's gapped out, took the stop loss out. But I think the view is still positive. The stock could head towards 11,700, 11,800 on the upside, and it is one of those counters which has formed a very strong base with multiple bullish divergences on the daily charts and continues to look good. In case somebody is looking to buy fresh, 10,750 has to be the fresh stop loss for long push.
Thank you, Rahul.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.